We actually have some pretty interesting updates when it comes to Johnny Somali, who is looking at a world of trouble because he has now been given a charge that is pretty serious over in South Korea. In fact, it has guaranteed prison time. So if he is found guilty of this, he is in a lot of trouble. It's guaranteed prison. And he's also broke. He has no money left, which explains why he's doing all these crazy streams, because he's trying to get money, outside of the fact that it looks like he's just begging for more jail time or something. I don't know. Apparently he plans to plead insanity, which isn't going to work. Because listen, I know over here in the U.S., mental health, there is a huge mental health problem over here in the U.S., by the way, but a lot of it is kind of nonsense. It seems to be like a disorder for everything. But over in the Eastern countries, they don't really take a lot of that very seriously. For example, multi-personality disorder. I don't know if this has changed recently, but the only country in the world, or countries in the world that seem to recognize it, specifically the United States, are Western countries. Like Eastern countries don't even look at that as something that exists. So like the mental thing is really downplayed in these countries. So I'm not sure that defense is going to work for him. But we'll see, right? It's court. You never know how things are going to go. Maybe he'll be the first one to do. He'll be the American saying that he has personality disorder. We'll see if that works. Or no, excuse me, not personality disorder. Bipolar disorder, which is a real thing. I know people that have it. It's a constant struggle. He says he's been diagnosed with it. I don't know if I believe him. Who diagnosed him, right? So anyway, let's get into the story that he's broke. So this was cracked over on Legal Mindsets stream today. Johnny Somali says sorry while starving because he went and met up with Ice Poseidon like he said he was going to do, and they had a talk. It was pretty funny. We're not going to go over that. If you're interested in that, go watch his stream. He just did it today. I was listening to it while I was at the gym, and boy, oh boy, it was a good one. But I wanted to just go over this small part here where we find out that he is officially 100% out of cash and has Hanky as his sugar daddy. Let's take a listen here.
Hanky poo, or do you want to start with insanity plea? Which one do you want to start with? Hanky poo or insanity plea? We can start one or the other.
And that's what I was talking about. He's going to go for the insanity plea because he's going to say that he has bipolar disease or bipolar disorder. I think it's a disease. It's bad because there is some evidence that it can be passed on genetically, but we're not going to get into all of that. Let's go over this.
Hanky poo or insanity plea? I'm looking at the chat right now. Okay, I see one Hank, one insanity, which is absolutely hilarious. From a private group, or what they think is a private group.
You careful what you share in DM groups. How he hasn't learned this by now, I don't know, because it seems like he's been doing the internet for a little while, but don't say anything in a room that you don't want out there, because odds are somebody is always going to leak something. It's the unfortunate thing of the internet. Can't trust a lot of people on the internet.
And this is a actual 100% confirmation of Hank. Obviously, Hank being Han Jung-yu, the top.
So in case you don't know who Hank is, because I don't talk about him much over here, this is the guy he's living with. He's actually his legal guardian over in South Korea. I'm not kidding. It's his legal guardian over in South Korea right now, and he's pretty much his sugar daddy now. He is the sugar daddy to Johnny Somali. He's paying for everything, and we have that confirmed right here.
Ally of Johnny Somali. And of course, the link has been changed. So this is not the real link. Real quick, this link is not real. It was edited, right? So you can't PayPal this, you can't do anything. So it's a edited thing here, right? But this confirms that that Hank is sugar daddying. And I don't mean that in a sexual sense. I mean that he is paying for everything that Ramsey is doing. He is his benefactor, right?
So let's take a look here. This is from Hanky Poo. Legal, that's not his real name. It's just what he gets called by the Johnny Somali detractors. Legal fees are very taxing me. If anyone wants to help me out with legal fees, please donate. Also, Johnny has a travel ban. Korea doesn't let him work and doesn't give any support. Johnny is out of money now, and I'm supporting him. There is no choice. He will starve if I don't. So this is what came out of whatever group they were in. It's been edited, but this is what was said. So it's confirmed Johnny has no money. So it's like he's living in a prison. He's dependent on this man. If he kicks him to the curb, he'll be homeless. Now, Legal Mindset says in the stream that other people, he's got like 2 more places he can go. Like in a lot of ways, this is worse than prison. But this explains some of the reasons why he's been doing streams again is because he has no money. And by the way, he's not supposed to be doing those streams because he's not supposed to be working. So, great stream by Johnny Somali. He goes over the insanity plea. That's not going to work for him. Like I said before, these aren't very looked on well by Eastern countries. But here he is going over why he says he has bipolar stuff, and I don't think he says insanity, but he's going to try to use this in a plea, which is why people are saying the insanity plea, which, by the way, is not going to work. It rarely works over here in America. I don't think it's going to work in South Korea, but what is it going to do? He has a serious charge. Like I said, the deep fake thing he did is a sex crime, and it has guaranteed jail time.
What we're going to do is we talk to, because I have 2 lawyers. I have a public defender and I have a paid lawyer that's helping us with other cases. The public defender said it's a good idea and that me and Hank are going to go to a psychiatrist pretty soon and bring the paperwork. We're going to go to a psychiatrist here in Korea and bring them the paperwork of that. And hopefully he said it can help my case because I am diagnosed as bipolar too in America. You know,
in America he is. I don't know if they're going to recognize that in South Korea. So that'll be interesting. And I do believe that him having bipolar disorder could explain a lot with him. His highs and lows. It would actually explain a lot. I'm not using it as justification though, because there's a lot of people that deal with this and don't do radical shit like he does. You can manage it. So I don't like him using this as an excuse. And I don't think the courts are going to go that far with it either. He's been doing interviews too. Here's a clip from one. Some other, I don't know if this was a news outlet or what, but there's a whole thing with him doing this interview. It's very long, but here's a clip of it.
Somali hasn't learned from his experiences, and that's why he deserves to go to prison.
No.
And I think you learn from everything that happens to you. It's just you're not so willing to admit defeat or like fall to your knees begging for forgiveness. I think you're just like,
with Tazo? Off stream and on stream. Tazo's actually the first streamer I ever met. From like other than Sus. Like I met Sus, I went to Japan.
In Japan? Okay, so you met him like in Japan.
Yeah, in Tokyo. Like my second day streaming.
So he's trying to get some kind of sympathetic response from people. He's trying to work on his image while at the same time going out and doing crazy shit. Like it's not going to work. So this is JTBC News. Oh, he's doing an actual interview with the news out there. That's interesting. If that is an actual South Korean news channel. A lot of followers, so it's possible. John Cena follows everybody. So this is kind of the big update. He's broke, and it looks like he is really worried about that new charge. That's why he's out here doing all this shit. The whole country hates him. He got hit in the face again recently. I don't know if I can show you that on here, but he got punched in the face again while he was out. That one guy that knocked him out or knocked him to the ground and got in trouble was after him again. Durungan, I think is his name. That guy was chasing him again. He's kind of forced to go back into hiding because the entire country knows who he is, and they hate him. He can't go out now without getting punched in the face. It's crazy. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.